Citrus TV Now. I'm Olivia Rodriguez. Here are today's top stories. Well, did your power flicker on and off all last night? Well, the National Grid says you're not alone. A spokesperson for the National Grid says that the outages that happened between 8 and 10 p.m. last night were due to a fault on the transmission line, and the grid returned to normal operation last night. Two surges knocked out power to the JMA Wireless Dome last night in the middle of the Syracuse versus California basketball game. And gun accessory manufacturer Mean Arms has agreed to pay nearly $2 million in damages. The money will go to the families and victims of survivors of the racist mass shooting that happened at the Buffalo Tops in 2022. The lawsuit began 3 years ago and accuses the manufacturer of helping the shooter possess an illegal weapon. This violates the state's SAFE Act, which outlaws assault weapons and high-capacity magazines across the state. And Syracuse drivers, watch out, because beginning on February 16th, drivers in New York will now face harsher penalties, including potential license suspensions for their first DWI offense. The Department of Motor Vehicles announced new regulations where drug and alcohol-related convictions will be worth at least 11 points on licenses for anytime offenders. In New York, 11 is usually the magic number to trigger a suspension hearing. And safety enhancements have been completed along the Onondaga Lake Parkway. Governor Hochul announced today that the new LED lights with no trucks messaging and an upgraded detection system have been put in place to reduce the amount of drivers that hit the Parkway Bridge. Also beginning on Monday, any driver that strikes the bridge will now receive 8 points on their license. A shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security is imminent. Lawmakers in both the Senate and House left Washington today for a 10-day break as negotiations with the White House have stalled. The funding will expire Saturday if no further action is taken. However, lawmakers in both chambers were told to stand by in case a deal was struck between the White House and congressional Democrats. And coming up on Citrus TV Now, the Trump administration is ending their immigration crackdown in Minnesota, according to border czar Tom Homan. The U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement operation focused mainly on the Minneapolis-St. Paul area.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Welcome back to Citrus TV Now. Well, the Trump administration is ending their immigration crackdown in Minnesota today, according to border czar Tom Homan. The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement operation focused mainly on the Minneapolis-St. Paul area and led to more than 4,000 arrests. The operation was originally led by Greg Bavino, but faced intense scrutiny after federal agents shot and killed civilians Renee Good and Alex Preddy. The Trump administration touted the operation as a success. And the weather outside is getting a little bit warmer. We're finally hitting a heat wave in the 30s, but our Sophia Braun is here in studio to tell us a little bit more about what we can expect. Sophia, do you have any good news for me?
Well, unfortunately, right now it's back down a little bit colder to 23 degrees, and it feels like 16 degrees, and that's because of these wind gusts. There's 19 miles per hour winds, making it feel significantly colder. You can see this is what it looks like outside right now. Going ahead to tonight, though, temperatures are going to dip down to that 16 degrees, and it's going to feel like 17 degrees because the wind is going to calm down. And you can also expect the sun to set at 5:30, a little later than what we've been seeing lately, which is something that you can look forward to. But because Valentine's Day is on the horizon, it's time for the seasons of love, and I have some love songs that are inspired by the weather. So, Liv, it's time for a quiz. Do you think you can do it?
Oh my gosh, Sophia, I'm a little bit nervous. I am a big music fan, but you know what, give me what you got.
All right, let's take a look. So first up, a song by Stevie Wonder that references the weather. You want to take a guess?
Oh my gosh, Stevie Wonder. Oh, this is really embarrassing. Oh my gosh, I can't even.
You got one?
You know what? I'm just going to skip straight to the Prince one because that's the one I think I can get. Is that
okay,
Purple
what do you
Rain?
think? So first, Purple Rain is for Prince, but Stevie Wonder is You're the Sunshine of My Life. Great song. And third one, we're going to do Umbrella by Rihanna. So thanks for playing. We'll have more in a little bit. That's all I have for right now, Liv.
Thanks so much for coming with you today. Have a great night, Syracuse.